Michael Holt appearing in his 6th ranking tournament quarter-final, and Kyren Wilson in his 1st. In fact, it's Kyren Wilson's first ranking tournament venue. What a week he's had. He's beaten Stuart Bingham and he's beaten Marco Fu, 2 great scalps. Michael Holt yesterday came through a real thriller, 5-4 on the pink against Martin Gould. Well, here's Kyren. He's 21 years of age from Kettering in the east of England, and he's been on the circuit before, but clearly this season, having returned, he's really making a go of things. A bit Sean Murphy at the Paul Hunter Classic, and as I say, he's beaten Bingham and Fu here as well. And he's qualified for India, so things on the up and up for Kyren. I just think, Mike, in this half, they're all kind of looking at a great chance to get to a final.
Indeed. Wonderful chance. It's certainly opened up. You've got to put probably Mark Davis, the favourite, out of the 4. But as we know in this game of snooker these days, there's nothing guaranteed anymore. That's close. Ooh, that was lucky. Put his hand up to apologise. That would have made all the difference, actually, with a ball in hand. Yes, nothing guaranteed anymore. Too many good players around. And if you're not quite on it, you can find yourself on the way home.
Well, Kyren has certainly got bags of nerve, because on his 18th birthday he took part in a skydive from 13,000 feet for multiple sclerosis therapy charity. So as I say, pretty nerveless. In fact, when he was 6 years old, he beat Peter Ebden in a charity pool match. So he's been earmarked for great things for quite a while.
Well, that was a great attempt there. That was so close. Let's have a look at this one again. He's nearly picked that one out. That was unlucky. I think he's covered it though. Having to play the swerve shot, but it only needs a nudge. Yes, well played. Caught it beautifully to get out for the black as well. And this is another man that's at the table now, David. All of a sudden he's gaining in confidence again. We know how he can play, and we know that he wears his heart on his sleeve a lot of the time, most of the time actually, but he's a great competitor.
Great talent, Michael Holt, and of course in the first round he beat Judd Trump 5-1. Came through that decider yesterday, played some good snooker in that decider against Martin Gould. Never been in a semi-final. It's about time that changed.
Well, he's still got one to the left corner here. He can go down for the blue.
8.
Zeng Welly, our referee, in the middle of these two. He's overdone it. It was awkward, but he'll be disappointed with that, because if he could pop that one in, it was a great chance with all the reds open. Now he's just gifted the chance back to Kyren here.
Well, he in his last match he made 1-3-3, a break which is the highest so far of the tournament. And of course he was on for that 1-4-7 against Bingham, missed the black on 97. He did admit afterwards that the thoughts of the £40,000 rolling bonus prize had come into his mind, just to put a bit of pressure on. Of course it's £5,000 per tournament.
At the moment he stands to collect £2,000 for that 1-3-3. I think that might get beat over the weekend. Mid 130s doesn't normally stand, but you never know. That would be a nice little bonus for the young man. Meantime, and of course he's concentrating on trying to get himself into the last 4. You would say that Michael Holt should come through this one on pure experience, but this young man at the table here has been playing very well this week, and he's got better and better as the matches have gone on. I'm sure he'll fancy the job today.
Yes, and being just 21 and new to it all, he has got fewer sort of mental scars. He's just enjoying it all. That makes him dangerous, I think.
15.
What's interesting is he's reached the quarter-final under the old system. Of course, most tournaments now have the flat draws. Everyone comes in the first round. This was done under the old system where it's top 16, 16 qualifiers. But it just proves that whatever the system, if you're good enough, you can get through.
It was 3 tournaments, wasn't it, that wasn't affected by the new system. It was Australia, this one, and I think it's the World Championship as well.
That's right.
Decided to leave those 3 alone. That's a pity.
Colin was 21.
So Michael gets another chance then. Didn't really get into the cue ball there. He couldn't hit that quite hard rather than just try to stroke it in. These are beautiful tables to play on, but it's always beneficial if you can put a nice stroke on the cue ball. You see all the great players. The best one in the world, of course, is Ronnie O'Sullivan. He just strokes them round.
Eight. Nine.
Doesn't hang about, this guy, either. He makes his mind up pretty quick as to what he wants to do, and then gets on with it. This is a good scoring opportunity here.
17.
One that he probably didn't expect, and he's already got a 24-point lead, and just look at the red, so he should put himself in a winning position after this visit. I'm sure these 2 boys will keep Zhang Willy on his toes. I think he's got a little bit of angle here on the blue to come down the scent. Well, fairly straight in the end, but it didn't really matter. It wasn't tough to play on the next red. So he leads by 37 then, getting close to the winning line in this opening frame.
31.
Might just stun up for the red near the yellow.
Well, plenty in, as there has been for all the matches this week.
Well, it'd be a packed house for the evening session. That is without doubt. Ding Junhui against Neil Robertson. What a cracker that will be. Mark Selby, Barry Hawkins. That's a good encounter as well. Well, Kyren's had a couple of chances in this opening frame. Broken down. I just wonder whether he'll get another one. Perhaps not.
Well, he needs snookers now.
39.
Michael Holt, of course, he overcut that tricky red when he was in early on, but it didn't cost him. That was a kick, but it's gone in.
41.
He's got a bounce in his step here, Michael Holt. If there's an Achilles heel in Michael's game, it's that he does play the game pretty quickly, David, and he just throw one in now and again, doesn't he? Just when you least expect it.
Yes, but I do think in that decider yesterday against Martin Gould, he really showed his mettle. He played some good match play snooker there, good tactical snooker. And in the end, he got his result, and he's got a result in this first frame as well. Kyren Wilson has seen enough, so... Well, he did have a chance, but Mr. Red, Michael Holt, has done enough to take the opening frame. I wonder what was more nerve-wracking for Kyren, that parachute jump he did, or this quarter-final. I'm sure he's just loving being here, first venue. His girlfriend's with him as well, enjoying Shanghai, one of the great cities of the world.
Well, he'll be reasonably happy with his start, looking to push on. Best of 9s, of course, and 4 frames played, then there's an interval. The semi-finals would be the best of 11s, and the final on Sunday will be the best of 19. £80,000 to the winner this week. It's great money. Well, he's left one on here. I think Michael will definitely be having a go at this right on red. He can stun around for the black as well. Just make sure the pot, there's 2 or 3 reds open after that. Well played.
One.
That's okay. It definitely looks in the mood. Could be another bonus here. If he pops his black in, he might just nudge the red off the right-hand cushion, leave himself on the one in the middle. It looks a pretty natural angle to me. He's okay. He's caught the other red on the wrong side, actually, but he's still okay. Again, just a natural angle to come down for the black here. This is all about pace. As long as he can get himself just beyond this red. In fact, he might play around off a couple of cushions here for the black into the left corner. Oh, he's played it well.
No.
That's a great shot. Great chance now. That's okay. He's decided to try and open up 1 or 2 more. Still has this red to the right corner. Yes, I think that cue ball just
17.
stopped him on him a little. I wanted it to run through a little bit more. It's not a real problem. He has the insurance of the red near the middle pocket.
He was saying after he beat Trump that the big disappointment of his career is that he hasn't produced on television the snooker he knows he can. He's played well in qualifying to get to venues, but just hasn't, up to now, produced the goods. Well, that black's not going in. Yes, it is. Never in doubt. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see
24.
if he can get to his first semi-final here. That would be a real confidence boost, I think. He won 2 PTC events. They're not easy to win. He beat John Higgins in the final of one of them. I think everyone
25.
in the game knows how good he is. It's just, of course, down to him to prove it.
gone too far for the left-hand one, I think. I don't know if the right-hand one's on. Is he landing on this? Well, that's okay then.
31.
From the other camera angle, it just looked like he was masked with the pink. So still in good position. Well, Kyren looking like he's going to have to sit this one out. He had a couple of chances in the opening frame, didn't take them. And if one or two do present themselves later on, he's going to have to start taking them. Because as I've just mentioned, it's pretty obvious that Michael's in the mood here. Although he'll be a little bit disappointed with that one.
38.
That's half and half. It's not dead straight on the one to the corner. And this one is a cut back into this bottom right-hand corner here. Downward striking. Well played.
39.
Ooh, and now then, has that red covered the black? Seems not. This is missable though. That's a great shot. Played it dead weight as well. He's cued that superbly.
Well, this is a good sign for Michael Holt supporters. That is terrifically, as you say, terrifically cued. Under pressure as well.
Bang in the middle.
$47.
Well, plenty to go at here, so this is a great chance for 2-0.
We're getting towards the business end of the tournament as well, David, and you know it's getting into the big money. It's like there's about well, nearly £9,000 on this match here today.
Yes, as if there wasn't enough pressure.
Well, it's 80 to the winner, 35 to the runner-up, 19.5 to the semi-finalists.
Yes, and the money is significant now because at the end of the season, the rankings will revert to a money list, so it is important.
$54.
Well, you might have to play a little cannon here just to hold the white at this end. Well, he was able to get enough action on the white. Well, he's queuing very well indeed.
61.
Well, Brett goes to 62 with that red.
62.
And in very good position now to take this second frame.
$69.
I think beating Judd Trump in the previous round, well, the earlier round I should say, David, and the way he came through yesterday, held himself well together against Martin Gould, is really giving him a bit of a lift here.
Well, yes, there were two different tests. The first was obviously against world number 3, who was expected to come through. The second was a close match. He came through in a decider, so
78.
absolutely. And the bad news for Kyren Wilson is he could actually beat that break that we mentioned, that 133. That would be kind of rubbing it in if he did.
Well, he'll need a good one now, though. He'll play the double to the right centre. Looks a little bit wide, but he's done enough.
It's a really good break. 85 from Michael Holt. So Kyren Wilson is 2-0 down on his debut in a ranking tournament quarter-final. Holt, he's looking very sharp so far. 3 more frames, and he's in the semis. So Michael Holt 2, Kyren Wilson 0 is the score here in this quarter-final of the Shanghai Masters. Holt, good value, you have to say, for his lead.
Well, Kyren's got to show us now what he can do. Oh, that was an attempt at a pot, wasn't too close. No damage done though. Won't be best pleased with that. He's given Kyren an opportunity here just to drop this one in, stay on the blue. This is not easy though when you're just trying to drop these in dead weight. Well, you could take this red on down the cushion and play with an element of safety. Yes, that was never going to be easy. Clever shot. I think Michael knew that if he took that red on, even if he'd gone back for the brown, there was a possibility of leaving one on for Kyren, so he's keeping the pressure on here, which is good tactics. He wants to try and keep this young man cold, not give him any table time.
Yes, and the one advantage he has over Wilson, of course, is experience. 17 years on the professional circuit. Hell of a lot of snooker played.
Well, he has left a pot on. Unlucky. Twice unlucky with the knuckle on the middle jaw.
Yeah, that was a bit of a double whammy. I mean, went for the pot with safety in mind, but caught the jaws, as you say, and has left a red on. Last thing he wanted to do. But it's not in. Poker faced he's not, Michael, we can say that much. He's quite emotional.
Well, no, and the lads come out to music and you get Ding Junhui coming out to Poker Face, don't you? Lady Gaga.
One. Eight. Nine.
Well, it's a chance to score, and after Michael Holt dominated the first two frames, that's exactly what Wilson was looking for. Just to settle down, settle into the match.
17. $24. $25.
Perfect angle to go into them here. Well, he's dropped them well, and he has one here to the middle.
32.
See the backspin just killing the white there. It's not perfect. He has to play a good positional shot on a colour here. He might have to stun off side and back cushions unless he can hold for the blue. Well played.
33.
This could turn out to be a very good match between these two if they really bring their A games. The problem he's got now, being the wrong side of the blues, going away from these reds slightly. He's had a look at the 2-ball plant into the left corner. They might just drop this in for the left on red. It's not going to be ideal though. Well, unless that is a plant, it will be the left on red.
38.
Just checked it again. Great recovery pop.
39. $44.
Well, he's out of position here. I don't think there's anything on. He's just checking these two reds again. He's had 2 or 3 looks at these. Could play it, but it's a shot to nothing anyway. Could play half safety with it. Well, from where he's coming from, that might be on, because there's a small gap between them. I think from there, I think he can make that. Too much. He overdid it.
Color was 44.
I think he's left this red on near the centre pocket. I think Michael can get through to it. You can certainly get the straighter one, but he'd prefer the one that's near the middle pocket. Didn't matter. That was a great pot. Big question is now, will he take the black on? Well, there's your answer. Looks good. Again, it's bang in the middle. Great shot. Has he gone too far? I think he's okay. Yeah, he's just clipped off that other red. He was hoping to get a thicker contact on that red. But I think this one is still on. And he can get back down for the black. Well, he's a few points behind here, Michael, but where the balls are, he's just gone favourite in this third frame. There's not a difficult ball on the table, so just maintain control of the cue ball here. This is a great chance. Long way to go yet, but We keep saying that these guys are that good that we expect them to win frames, or most of the frames from these sort of positions.
16.
That's not perfect though. Well, I'll be annoyed with himself. I think there was a click went off there. I don't know whether it was somebody taking a picture, whatever it was, but Michael had a look round at somebody in the audience just when he was delivering the cue. But if it was a click of a camera, it's a bit naughty. Well, he definitely had a look at somebody in the audience.
One.
So another chance for Kyren Wilson to get his first frame on the board. They have played once before. It was in a PTC a couple of years back. Wilson won that one 4-1. But of course this is much higher profile.
7.
Well, that was a poor shot. He should have made sure he got the right side of the blue there. Under hit that by a long way. All he can do is just drop this blue in now for the right hand red. Well, he was trying to force the issue a little bit with that red to the middle. Although he was disturbed, I'm not quite sure. Now, are these two reds a plant? Well, again, it has to be made, but he's again attacking them from the right angle. He missed the last one he attempted. Better.
13.
Well played, nice recovery, and back in prime position.
Yes, the blue's going to put him 46 in front, so he's not far away now. Just a couple more balls as well. It should be 2-1.
$18. $19.
Well, I think he had a bad contact there. There's no problem though to take the white in and out of bulk with the yellow off its spot. Well, he's already done enough
24.
with this to really make sure. Well, this should make him feel a lot better,
25.
David. This should settle him down. He hasn't played a great positional shot there, but they say he has done enough. But I'm sure he's feeling much better now.
Rumble.
Yes, he did have a couple of chances in the first couple of frames, but the main thing is he stopped Holt going 3-0 up. 53 in it, 43 on. And Michael Holt has seen enough. He did have a couple of chances in that frame, but it's Kyren Wilson who's taken it. So he's got himself involved in this match now. Michael Holt leading in Shanghai, 2-1. Get himself into the semis. This was a distant dream when he started out in Doncaster all those weeks ago.
Doncaster Dome to the Shanghai stage. This is the last frame before the mid-session interval. Now, will it be 2 apiece or 3-1? Well, that could have been better. He's offered up a couple of chances here. The left-hand one that Kyren's now looking at, that's probably the better one because he can run through for the black. I think he's just about blocked the middle pocket. With the pink, it might be tight though for that red to pass it. On if you missed it. Great shot. There was obviously not a lot of room there, but you found enough to guide it past the pink. Spots covered, so having to go behind the pack here won't really affect anything.
Seven. 8.
He's left it very awkward near the extended spider here, I think. Probably some scaffolding as well. He's got the swan neck out. He's got to be careful. Well, there's always the possibility of that. The players don't like using the spiders, extended spiders, whatever you want to call them, because you're bouncing the white and you're bouncing it into the object ball, and so often we see those missed. I thought Michael might have gone into the pack though with a little bit more pace and tried to just open up 1 or 2, but that chance is gone.
It's another awkward one, this. got all sorts of extensions on. It's still a stretch. Yeah, and he's missed it. They're awkward, aren't they?
He just seemed to rush that, though. He didn't hardly had the, well, cue in there. He didn't cue it for too long. I'm going to say the hand on the table. He won't put his hand on the table that far away. But just to seem to rush it a little bit. Now, will he play the plant or will he play cushion first? It's cushion first. Well played.
One.
Caught it a little bit full, if anything, but he's still got a shot on the black here. Wasn't totally clean. Found the corner, but it went in.
Nine.
Played that well. He's bouncing around the table here. Michael Holt wanted to get on with it.
16.
Mind you, he's always been like that. And he's good to watch. He's easy on the eye when he starts to put it all together.
Well, I've been at various qualifiers down the years. He usually draws a crowd, Michael, because, as you say, he's entertaining to watch. So always lets you know how he's feeling. I wonder if his good friend Mark
17.
Williams is watching. Might be a bit early for Mark. Of course, he didn't qualify.
Yeah, send us a tweet or an email, Mark, if you are watching.
And keep it clean, please.
Yes. Has been known, hasn't he?
25.
Well, 47 the lead. Well, at some stage need to get the pack open. Still two reds there, though. Got options here. Can stun over for the black or go back for the blue. Now, will he go into them? I wouldn't have thought so. Just stun over for the right on red. Just pick these two loose reds off first.
$40.
You can see him just doing the maths. He's going to need 3 reds, so he'll need to disturb something eventually.
Yeah, it's a perfect time to go back for the blue here. A bit far for the blue, so you'll take the yellow for the loose red. Well, again, a good angle on the blue or the black to get into the pack.
43.
As David has mentioned, still needs a couple of reds after this one to secure this 4th frame. It's coming through for the black.
44.
Well, it's kicked surprised he played it that way. I don't know why he didn't just run it through and leave himself low on the black. He's still got a good angle here, but it's not as good as he wanted, actually. He wanted to be slightly higher on this black. But as we watch the replay, he's played the stun shot. I thought he would have played the run through. But he can still split them from this. Great shot. Great shot. Now it will be 3-1. Good value for that lead as well.
51.
Yes, he's come out today trying to win. He's played positively, attacking snooker, and so far it's paying off for him.
52.
He's waited 17 years. Is this going to be the day where he reaches a major semi-final?
Well, he's looked at the top half of the draw, David, I'm sure, and I bet he fancies him getting himself into the final on Sunday.
Well, he's certainly good enough, so there's no reason why he couldn't.
Good luck to him.
As long as he keeps this positive attitude going.
59. $64.
Oh dear. Well, kicked, I think, but anyway, it doesn't matter because the 64 is enough, and they go to the interval with Michael Holt in front, and he's played well overall. I certainly think that's a fair reflection of the snooker that we've seen in the early part of the match. So when they come back in 15 minutes' time, he'll need 2 for victory. He leads Kyren Wilson 3-1.
Pretty good pace on the white. Okay, there's a red on the right hand side, but depends whether Kyren's got any angle on it at all to get back for the blue. Black's tied up to one corner pocket for the time being. Now, can Kyren get himself back into this match? Unlucky. Well, he's played it with safety, so that's fair enough. He's played well for his 3-1 lead, Michael, but he'd like to push on here, make it 4-1, really put the pressure on the young man, and then he would be in control of this quarter-final. They're just wondering whether it's a little bit of snooker left in this match yet. I'm sure there is. Caught that thick. Hang on. Very close. Could have dropped it in for the blue, but chose to play again with a little element of safety. Yeah, it's just too wide. Those don't go in. Well, they shouldn't. The templated tables. It's funny sometimes when you go home and you practice on these tables and with the templates and that, Dave, and somebody may say, well, those TV tables look a bit big to me. Well, you come and play on this one then.
Well, they don't look so big when you're playing on them.
Get to take them to one of the match tables and the normal club player struggles. Is he going for this? Well, I'm not so sure about that shot choice. Has he been lucky and covered the red near the corner pocket? Well, I don't think so. Well, this man's in good form. Kyren cannot afford to give him easy chances like this. I think he should have just waited there for a little while to try and build himself back into this match. That is a very clever shot. Dead weight, and the cannon for the black.
Eight. Nine. $60.
He's looking very comfortable out there, Michael, full of confidence, cueing well. I'm sure he's obvious about the draw, looking at the draw in the top half, David, and we know what sports are like. It's the door of opportunity, isn't it? You either walk through it or it's slammed in your face. So he knows he's got a great chance here to really pick up some nice money this weekend.
25.
Yes, it's just interesting how the draw's finished up. You know, bottom half, all major tournament winners. Top half, none of them have been in a ranking final. So I suppose in a way it's a little unbalanced, but you know, they're all good players. That's the bottom line. Holt's playing as well as anyone in this tournament.
$32. $33.
Fifth black coming up then.
Just left himself a little bit straight on it though. For position on the next red. I'm not quite sure where the next red's coming from. Unless he plays on one of those two near the pink. Well, he's played that well. A fraction more would have been nice. Does he have the angle to run through?
40.
i.e. for blacks, and a possible £40,000 bonus. In fact, it was his opponent. It was on for one, I think it was yesterday, wasn't it, Kyren Wilson? No. Well,
41.
the priority, of course, is to win the frame and win this match and get himself into his first semi-final. Ranking event semi-final, that is. He spent some time in that chair so far. He was hoping to try and reverse that. He could still do that, of course. Oh, hang on. Michael's got too much backspin on the white there. He's covered the intended red.
44. Michael Holt, 44.
Well, a good 44 from Michael, but he knows with a good positional shot he should still be at the table. But a good lead in this 5th frame then, keeping the pressure on.
I know he's practiced plenty with Peter Ebden, and could do with a bit of the Ebden tactical game here, because he's up against it. 3-1 down, 44-0 down. It's a big frame, this. Could have been over there before Holt lost position, but he's looking for one more chance here to make it 4-1.
Just a little thin snick off this red, avoid the corner pocket. Well, not that
Foul
thin.
and a miss. Michael Holt, 4.
I might go back. Should do, really, because you've got to put the young man under a bit of pressure. If he misses it the second time, of course, I think he will be warned. I think there is another red on.
I think he's getting him to play from where it is, because it is slightly awkward.
Yeah, that's fair enough, and he's coming off this left-hand red. It might split a few more. He's just checking those 4 reds now. He'll be playing, looks like he's playing off those. He's just making sure he doesn't push anything towards this right corner pocket. Well, he's just caught it slightly on the thick side. And as you can see, he hasn't got that cue ball past the baulk line. Michael can see this red on the right-hand side. He might take it on. He likes these sort of shots and then screwing back for one of the baulk colours. Well, if he can pop this one in, get himself onto a colour, it could be frame over. Very close. No damage done though.
Tense moments, I think, in this match. They both know the importance of this frame. 4-1 or 3-2, what a difference.
I think he's found one through the gap here, David. This is dangerous if he doesn't get this right. With that cue ball, and ooh, that would have been a disaster if it had gone in.
Yes, white in the D, the red onto the middle.
Well, again, I think that's just a little bit of lack of experience there. He's tried to push the boat out. I think he should have just waited a little bit, played a good safety. That all comes with time, of course.
What?
Well, that's a cracking pot.
Well, this would be a good steal.
4.
Not sure if there's anything that goes to the left corner there. Might be one actually, but he's still got the red near the blue. Well, there isn't. I'm not quite sure what he's played on there, unless he's played on. I think he's probably played on the 2 that's near the black. Could take one of those on. Wow, that was a great missed opportunity there.
Yes, so far he hasn't reproduced the form that he showed in his first 2 matches. It's a big deal for him, of course it is.
Wow.
Well, got that one this time, and he has a shot on the yellow if he fancies it. He's got too much backspin on the white, if anything, playing the snooker.
To 1.
I'm not sure whether he's quite got it actually. He might be able to see this left-hand red. Don't think he can see the potting angle. I just wonder if he can see a thin edge to play the safety. Well, no, he snookered. So it's a 2-cushion escape. Then he's got to be careful here. If he catches a red fullish, it could be over for in this frame. He's playing off the top cushion, dead weight.
Found enemies. Michael 4.
Well, there are reds to the centre pocket here, but Michael might have this put back. He's thinking about the pot, but with the lead that he's got, too risky, really. Well, he took a while to think about it, but I think that is the correct decision.
Yes, he's played the percentages all week. There's nothing wrong with putting the white back.
I'm sure it'd be the same shot again from Kyren here, just a touch more weight on the cue ball.
Zheng Wei Li, the referee, in charge.
Better weight. Great shot. Perfect weight.
I suppose that's what Holt was thinking. Well, he could play this spot on next time, but anyway, still in a strong position.
Well, again, a little tempter through the gap. Great pot. He deserves to be on something.
1.
Well, he's got the yellow or the brown on here if he wants to try and take one on to get near these reds as we watch the replay. Looks like the snooker.
Column was 1.
It's always nice to knock those sort of reds in, because then you've got control of the table. You can put your opponents in trouble like this. He's battling away. And this is not easy to get safe from. Even if you got to this red near the top cushion, you might still leave one on. Well, that was probably about the best he could do. He was hoping just to catch the red a little thinner, put the white to the top cushion, but he hasn't left anything easy on here for Kyren.
Okay.
The red jumped. So Holt is 48 in front as he comes to the table.
One.
Little grimace there, just slightly the wrong side of the blue. But if he pots it, he'll be 54 in front, so he's only another red and a colour, and Wilson will need a snooker.
He might be able to get him behind the black here as well off this red. Done over for it. Play a little cannon into that second red there on the top cushion. Decided to leave it alone, and that's a good shot. Just needs the blue. He's already done the calculation. Well, he won't miss this. Michael Holt in pretty much full control of this quarter-final. Better to avoid that red, obviously.
12.
Yes, it's only one snooker, so he could have done with another red. I think he's wise to free the red from the pink as well, because there's a chance there to get a snooker later on. So 60 in it, 59 on, not necessarily 4-1 yet. Of course, the black being where it is doesn't help Wilson. So it's out now.
That's a good shot. Well, he was hoping to get him behind the green, of course, but Kyren's just got to be patient here. The high value of colours are available, but hang on, hang on. Michael a little bit anxious there.
Never in doubt. That's pretty close as well.
Yeah, nice shot.
Still got a chance.
One.
Amazing.
Well, they're all laughing, but I don't think Michael Holt will be. Lucky man. He's still giving himself a chance in this frame. Well, the question is, does this red pass the other one? If not, that's a poor shot. He's got a ton of side on the cue ball there, and I think he's run out of position. Well, there you go. He's having to play the safety. Mind you, I was about to say, Dave, in some ways, it's given him that opportunity to play that shot.
Yes, it's just a little bit of anxiety for Holt here.
This is not a difficult escape, though.
It's if Wilson gets a chance to pop a couple of these reds, and then the pressure does come on. Did have a chance there, but lost position.
Well, the red is on. If you'd like to get back for the black here, if you can. Even the pink would help. Must land on something though if you pass the red. Well played.
One.
Good angle on the pink. He's still okay if he takes the pink. He can still win with one snooker. Nicely done. But he needs blacks now.
7.
He's 46 behind, 43 on, with a 4-point penalty. And if he can get red and black, the final red is in a great position to lay the snooker.
Eight.
Well, Michael should find himself in some trouble after this shot. There's a 38-point lead for him, with 35 on, of course. But he should be snookered after this shot. Oh, that's poor. Forgot to hit it. What a chance that was.
.38 in it, 35 on. Wilson's had a chance already to lay the snooker, but completely mishit it.
Well, a good effort, just the wrong angle.
We saw that great snooker yesterday. Ding Junhui got Sean Murphy in a horrible snooker. Sean eventually got very close to hitting it, in and out the jaws of the green pocket, but it was a stinker.
Yeah, it's a good shot there for Michael. I was thinking about swerving around the yellow, but as always with these, he's trying to get them safe. As he coming off the cushion. Only just caught it, but he's left it on.
Well, if this goes in, it's surely going to be 4-1, because Wilson would need 3 snookers, and that's without Holt potting a colour.
One.
And there it is. So relief for Michael Holt.
Just a little bit of experience beginning to tell now in this match.
Well, he's another player. I mean, he's 35 now, Michael. He's another player who's starting to find form late on. We've seen it with so many of late. Stuart Bingham, Barry Hawkins, Robert Milkins, Mark Davis, of course.
I think the thing is as well, David, and there's a lot more playing opportunities these days as there was 2 or 3 years ago, and it's difficult when you're playing limited tournaments to gather that sort of momentum, isn't it? But now, you know, there's a definite chance.
That's right. Yes, opportunity knocks at the moment, and quite a few have come calling, including, it would seem, this man.
Oh, that was the brown, not the green.
He's in a strong position. He's played well overall, and he's only going to need one more. He'll be through to his first ever ranking tournament semi-final. Michael Holt wins the 5th frame. 2 players just disappear. When he dropped off the tour originally, had a couple of years to try and get back on, and spent quite a bit of that time working in a snooker club, and he said it did him the world of good, because it introduced him to the world of work, and with all the discipline that comes from that, having to be at work at a certain time and do a certain amount of hours, and he said it gave him a different perspective rather than just playing snooker.
Great pot. I just thought he might tear that on. Well, professional sport, David, is obviously repetition, isn't it? And you have to set yourself a schedule and stick to it. You don't just pick up a cue or a racket or whatever and become world champion. You know, doesn't matter how much talent you've got, you still have to work at it.
8.
That was a great opening red there from Michael. I just wonder whether that could be the red to get in to win frame and match. This guy's silly on a high at the moment. He's left that a little bit short. He might just use the pack to come back for the black here.
16.
Well, he could run through, that's an option. Screw him back. Just it left it a little bit awkward over this red. I think they've enjoyed this match, as we have, actually. It's been quite entertaining, but expecting Kyren to come back at Michael a little bit hasn't quite happened. Well, again, it's awkward. It's missable from there.
Yes, he doesn't like it.
Easier for a left-hander. He's overdone it. He's overcut it. Didn't like it at all.
Michael, 17.
Yeah, it was just awkward queuing, awkward bridging, so unable to make too much from that.
Well, Kyren not able to take advantage. That was a great chance. Well, I think he's thought about taking this red on down the cushion because he knows that that's probably the only one he can leave. He can play the red up and down if he wants. Well, he elected to play the safety in the end, but I don't think that's too clever because he could find himself in trouble after this shot. He's given Kyren the shot off this red. Oh. Good shot that for Michael because he's got Kyren wrong-sided here. It's not obvious that there's a path back to the baulk area. Might be playing dead weight onto a red. Well, it could get interesting now. The black is still available if anybody gets in.
There it is, perilously close. And the red's now just starting to gather round it.
Yes, it's still potable if you get the white to the top cushion. A little bit on the thick side. It's not bad now though. That's a great shot. settle for that as well. Well, Kyren's got to be careful here because he's pushing a red towards this corner with this safety shot. Oof. You could hear the crowd there. Oh, hang on. It was nearly a good snooker. I think Michael can see the edge of one.
I think the word for this is cagey. It's about to get cagier by the looks of things.
Well, it's difficult to get on the black now. That's a great shot from Kyren.
It's close, but not quite.
No cigar then, as Joe says.
There was a time when you could smoke a cigar in the arena, but they're long gone.
This looks good. That's a great shot. Might take a little bit of time for this frame to unfold here. Nowhere near.
He knew what he was doing.
Well, there's only 17 points on the board here. I think within a few shots, I think these two boys should look at each other and say, let's have a re-rack, because this is not going anywhere really, especially now.
Well, certainly, if the reds continue to gather, as you say, around the black, then it's not going to go anywhere at all.
No. And the way the last few shots have gone and pushed those reds toward that corner, I think they should probably look at each other and say, let's set them up again. Obviously, the thing is, if the black's nudged in the pocket, it does make the difference.
Enemies. My quarter 4.
It's nearly a free ball.
free ball.
So referee Zheng Weili has nominated a free ball, so he can take the yellow here as a red. Can't get on the black though.
That would be some shot, wouldn't it?
What?
Well, I think we're just going to go back to where we were.
Well, come on lads, let's have a re-rack.
Completely lost position.
Now the thing here is to try and get Kyren in such a position that he might force him into pushing the black into the pocket. He's nominated the green.
Michael to walk.
Well, I think he could have made better of that, and he didn't really think about that. He's just pushed the white to the back cushion. You know, when you're playing at this level, you have to try and put your opponent in such difficulty and make it completely, well, a position not to be able to play out safety. But Michael didn't. Well, he's sitting down there thinking about that. Well, he should have made more of that, really. There is a path back to the bulk here if one of these reds near the top cushion. Should have really prevented him from doing that. Well, okay, he's got the knuckle, but there's no damage done.
Well, let's be honest, unless the black is knocked in, this frame is going nowhere.
I'm sure our referee Zheng Weili will be thinking about that within a few shots. And now don't clip off the red here, Kyren, and knock the black in. Well, I think the audience here could pop out, have a three-course meal, come back, and they'd still be here. This is going nowhere, really. It should be called a re-rack. It's interesting, but it's a stalemate. He's played a good shot there.
There was a famous match at the Crucible years ago where Willie Thorne was playing Andy Hicks. He was something like 50 points in front, Willie, and the referee on that occasion insisted on the re-rack. He said he got 3 shots each and then was setting him up again. Hello. Crowd are enjoying this. It's kind of something a bit different.
Well, now it could get interesting, actually. Especially if a red, there's our referee, Zheng Weili. He's thinking, well, he's looking at the two boys thinking, well, what do you want to do? If a red goes very close to the black in the next couple of shots, then it would get really interesting. But at the moment, there's no danger of it really being knocked in. Just push the white down the side cushion behind the blue.
One.
Well, I guess the more points that he scores, the less likely he's going to want to re-rack.
Mike Holt 1.
Well, the problem now is he could be in real trouble, Michael, because Kyren pots this red, lays a good snooker. And it'll be all about weight. Get onto these reds. Not difficult to hit, of course. Well, you've got to get the red first. He now might be in trouble. Too wide. You know what I would do here, David? I think I would gently knock that black into the pocket. There's a chance here, but don't know. You might not leave anything on. Well, certainly open up the game.
I don't think you'd fancy the clearance from here, would you?
No. That's what I was thinking. Well, if the black's not right on the corner, it'll need a double kiss, but just gently knock it in. Ah, now it might happen. I suppose it's not gamesmanship, it's just trying to open up the game. Mind you, from Kyren's point of view, he doesn't want that, of course, because he's 4-1 behind. Got to be careful now, because that red is set on to the black to knock it in.
Foul enemies. Mike Holt 4.
Does he put it back, or does he let him play from there?
Back we go. Of course, if he does the same again, he'll then be warned. He's got to hit it a third time. They're trying to find it on a screen, but I don't think it's going to appear. I think he's right. I don't think it was that close to the cushion originally. So, second attempt. Oh, lovely shot.
Cushion first, just push into those two reds. Well, he's got to be careful here. If he ever hits this black will be in. Okay then, fine. What do we know?
It's like sort of weird high stakes snooker.
Clever.
Well, it's sort of grimly enjoyable, but it can't go on forever. There's a final on Sunday.
What's the record for the longest frame, Nose?
It was set last season by Dominic Dale and Dave Harold. I think it's 97 minutes.
Got a while to go yet then.
They're doing their best.
Kyren knows one more mistake from his point of view, i.e. if he knocks the black in, could be his last. Worst case scenario for Michael will be 4-2. That's a very clever shot.
Yeah, this is trouble. He knows it.
Foul enemies. Michael to 4.
Don't go too far away. Well, Holt thinks he can put him in more trouble. If you're just tuning in, the table's not sloping. It's just the black went there early on and reds have gathered round it.
Remember the story with Joe Johnson when he went on the QE2? Went into port, took on ballast, and the table, all the balls ran to one side of the table. Couldn't play the exhibition. That black is much closer to the pocket now, and he needs a nudge. Well, just running to the reds here. Dead weight. Oh, that's a good shot. I suppose the black doesn't feel left out, David, with all those reds around it.
I'm just wondering, at what point does the referee step in here? How long can he allow this to go on?
I think he will let it go on, especially with the black being so close. But now we've got a red out. The black being so close to the edge, there's going to come a point where one player will knock it in. So I think at this stage, I think he will let it run. Especially if a player gets distance between them, like Michael has done there. Now then, that's a very good shot. I know what you're saying, though. There were times before where referees have stepped in earlier than this.
We're actually seeing some very good snooker from these two to not have knocked the black in, because it's very close to the edge of the pocket.
Needs great touch. Wow, trouble for Kyren here. If you just drop onto these reds, you might leave the red on the left-hand side. It's a very clever shot from Michael. I'm not quite sure whether he went for the pot there, but as it's turned out, it's better for him. Now, what's he doing here? If this is a thin edge, this could be dangerous. This is dangerous. Ooh.
Foul enemies. Michael 4.
Well, that will go back.
Okay. Okay.
It's in. It's in. Well, as Mike said, it was, I suppose, inevitable eventually it would go in. Now, is there some sort of plant there?
Yeah, he's looking for the thinnest of edges. There is a plant, Dave. I think it's the reds that are on the top cushion, but can Michael, look at that, nearly 30 minutes this frame already. What we got, about 10 or 11 reds left. There's a plant, but if he's coming from the left-hand side of the table, no problem, but I'm looking at the 3 reds that are right on the top cushion, but he can see the extreme one, Michael. There's nothing there from the right-hand side. He must play the ones that are near the top cushion. But at least the frame has opened up. I think you can see enough of that red that's near the top cushion to play the plant. It's just over quarter ball. Well, he's thinking of hitting one a little bit fuller than that, make it into a 4-ball plant.
Stand by your beds.
Yeah, great shot. That red needs to bounce out. And now all of a sudden this becomes a match-winning opportunity.
Yeah, well, he was already 42-0 up before that. Needs one more frame to reach his first ever major semi-final.
Well, hit this with some pace and try and scatter these reds and take them away from that corner pocket if he can. Get back for the pink or the black. He's playing the other one, actually. I thought the other one potted, but obviously not. I was thinking the one above that. So those reds near the corner pocket still need some attention. Not sure there was anything that goes there, actually, in plants and whatever. At some stage, you might have to get into them. Yes, there's nothing there. Wow, what has he seen? What has he seen down there that we haven't? Well, a 3-ball plant perhaps. He's looking at those 2 reds that are nearest to the right-hand cushion, but it has to be made. This is missable. Well played. That's okay.
It's looking good now.
Absolutely. That was a very clever shot. Chose to try and get them open early.
Yes, his application in this match has been excellent. He's attacked, but also that whole tactical exchange, was very focused throughout, and now he's in a great position to win it.
Yeah, that was a very clever shot there. 3-ball plant had to be made. I think he's held the spot. That's okay.
24.
So 66-0, still 8 reds on, but good chance here for Michael Holt to kill it off. I think he would admit he's not always been renowned for his patience, but he showed plenty in this frame. And that long exchange with the reds round the black, and he came out the winner of it. Well, it's red in the colour, and it's snooker's required. Kyren Wilson has had a great tournament. This is the 7th match he's played. He played 4 to qualify. He's beaten Stuart Bingham and Marco Fu. He's just wondering now, though, if he will get another chance in this match.
I wouldn't have thought so. Michael's not about to give this chance up.
Well, it's been a long time coming. 17 years as a pro. This black to reach his first major semi-final. Well played.
40. 41.
Well, he'll be feeling so good inside. And I think in this mood, I don't think he really cares who he plays.
Yeah, he won't be satisfied with a semi-final, that's for sure. He's here to win it. And he's playing some good stuff right now. Not to be then for Kyren Wilson, but first ranking a tournament venue. He's reached the quarterfinals. It's been a good week for him. Plenty to build on for the rest of the season. Michael Holt has always had the talent. I'm not sure he's always had the self-belief, but he's played really well this week.
Well, if he takes notes out of Stuart Bingham's and Mark Davis's books, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game. He's certainly doing that this week.
$73.
Don't be surprised if this goes in. He's totally relaxed now.
Well, not to be, but a good 80 after that long battle with the black over the pocket. And Michael Holt, after 17 years as a professional, is through to his first major ranking event semi-final. He beats Kyren Wilson 5-1.